Let's play a match in Tour 8 with Victoria to get the 2 last Anvil cards needed to max it out, then test it in other matches in the Tours 8, 7 of Tennis Clash, a sports game published by White Life Studios. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Gameplay 65 and to turn on the bell if you like this video. So you all know I have been looking to upgrade my Anvil shoes to level 13 so as to max it out and obtain 4 more agility points since weeks now. I have been grinding a lot into 7 to get them Anvil cards by opening grand bags, you know, the red bags. So I went to 998 cards. I needed 2 more to get 1000 cards and max the Anvil out. But looks like the 2 last missing cards were the most tricky to get. And I was opening so many Tour 7 bags without getting them. So I went to Tour 8 to play some matches thinking I might get them more easily in Tour 8 bags. So I played the first match with Victoria, who didn't have the max out Anvil yet, against a solid volley player, an AC member. This Diana has 85 agility, 57 serve and 86 volley, which are way enough to perform well in Tour 8. So I started the match very slowly, as usual, being quickly led, but was positioning, I think, rather correctly, my Victoria, on most of my opponent's volleys, so as to return them, but that's not enough, tough, due to some nice drop volleys and some unforced errors from my part. That led to a score of 1-5, I hit the winner then. My opponent committed this fault.
Second serve.
And then this second fault. This is a double fault to get to 3-5. And then she volleys nicely to obtain 3 match points. But I don't panic. I didn't panic. I just get focused. I follow up my hard strokes to hit the winner here. I know that as always, against volley players, just keep focused. Against all players, actually. When I have match points against me, I just keep focused. So whether I win or I lose, keeping focused and trying to do my best to come back, at least that will not give me regrets. So I follow up here again with a winner to save 3 match points. A fault.
Second serve.
And a double fault, and that offered me a match point. Thank you, opponent. And then a final passing shot got me the win. I was lucky she didn't kill the match here. So I was expecting to get the 2 missing Anvil cards in tour bags. Really. But finally, well, here they come in a grand points bag. Which was very nice, by the way, because it brought me the forge card as well. So it's so cool to get the 4 extra agility points by upgrading this Anvil card. Here we go for the upgrade. Let's watch, yeah, before, after. So it should definitely help me to turn around more easily, to hit on my stronger forehand when I play with Victoria. For Kaito, well, it doesn't change much, because he has equally strong hands here. You can see that my Victoria has a 76 forehand, and that for Kaito is both same hands. So he doesn't need to turn around. So the 4 extra agility points will also help my Victoria and my Kaito to be slightly less easily outflanked during rallies in theory. Well, of course, I will still have to read my opponent's hitting pattern so as to position my characters correctly to return their strokes efficiently. Well, but that's so nice to have at least what all the top 50 players that I face regularly in Tour 7 and soon in Tour 8 have since a long time ago. So then I went on testing my max out Anvil in Tour 7 first, humbly. The opponent had my former agility of 86, slightly less powerful hands. It's not a very big test, of course, as if I had to face a 3,800 trophies player, but still I had to be cautious because good players having lower stats can beat me as well. Like I have already beaten several top players having higher stats previously. So for me, stats are just a help. They can't make you win matches by themselves. Unless you play versus opponents having much lower stats. In that case, well, you just crush them with your stats. which rarely happens to me, by the way, because the matchmaking always gives me opponents having very correct stats into 7 and into 8. Probably because I don't have a low number of trophies. So going from 86 agility to 90 is a boost of 4.65%. So in theory, I should move towards the balls 4.65% faster than before maxing the Anvil out. In practice, I did feel like my Kaito was moving slightly faster towards the balls so as to hit them. It should not be a placebo effect. I really fainted during the rallies of this first test match. Of course, I still need to manually tap to move my Kaito now and then to anticipate for my opponent's shot. But he's covering the court faster now without my intervention. So obviously, if I don't anticipate well enough my opponent's powerful shots, the 90 agility will not help at all to catch them, and you have seen that in some points in this match. So it's still important to anticipate the opponent's hitting spots. So what is good with the max out Anvil as well is that an opponent having low agility might feel he must take a lot of risk hitting hard shots so as to make them be out of my reach, and that can make him commit more on force errors during the match. So overall, during this first test match, being slightly faster on the balls allow me to hit with higher efficiency. It might be a placebo effect, but the following matches are going to kind of confirm a bit. Well, I still need to play more matches in Tour 8 to confirm definitely, but it's going on the good train. So I kept on testing into 8 matches with my Kaito. This first match is played against an opponent having almost the same stats than mine, except that he has the Koi card at level 11, while I have it at level 12. Where the first shots are played as usual in a kind of observation round. He committed an force error at first, catching the net. And then we kind of, yeah, I commit an force error as well. I try my cross-court shot here, try to affang here, but it doesn't work, and he's going to smash it. Well, my opponent quickly took the lead. He's playing well. Of course, you don't play into 8 without knowing how to play. So being led happens so many times during my matches, so it doesn't disturb me at all. I know I need time to read my opponent's hitting pattern anyway, then try to adapt so as to counter his shots, or to remember it if I have already played an opponent many times lately, which is not the case of the current opponent. It has been a long time I haven't played versus him. So my opponent hit very nice cross-court winners now and then. Yep. So that one was enough. Didn't catch the line, but that was efficient. This one went into the alley. He outflanked me here to get 2 match points. But I'm going to clear the first one thanks to an unforced error of my opponent. And then I outflanked him to hit the winner to clear the second match point. And I outflanked him here before hitting a cross-court shot to obtain a match point. My turn now. So things have turned bad for my opponent, who probably got frustrated and hit the final unforced error to give me the win. Yep, I was lucky here to get alive out of this match. So my next match is played with Kaito again versus a quite high stats volleyer, as you can see. And this Diana volleys pretty well. And my Kaito boosted agility is surely useful to help him to rush to the net faster, to counter some of her drop volleys. That was an easy passing shot. So this Diana is
Second serve.
hitting more, making more faults than the first volley I met.
2 all.
She knows how to volley for sure, but she's making more. And she committed more unforced errors than the first volley I met as well. I met in this video, I mean. Okay, that was not enough to annoy him, to annoy her. Alright.
4 3.
And well, she made some mistakes as well. For instance, by volleying back that ball that was clearly going out, which allowed me to hit an easy winner. I was a bit surprised by this mistake, really, given her number of trophies, which means she has a minimum of experience. But for sure, all players can make mistakes in this game, especially when they are playing volley, a style that requires making very quick, sharp decisions, and which can lead to mistakes more often than when they play other styles, like the two baseliner styles or the high serve, big forehand style, for sure. Is another 0, and once again I had to match point against me. It's such an habit now that it makes nothing to me, honestly. I just get focused. It's funny, but sometimes I wonder if having match points against me is a good thing.
Second serve.
So as to force me to play better and to try winners and to keep on the positive pace afterwards. That's really funny. Of course, sometimes I am lucky too that my opponent put that out here. So I saw that my opponent had lower stamina by the very end of the match. When she let the court open, I knew she would have almost no chance to counter big forehand shots. So that was the case indeed. Must be infuriating for my opponent, who had this match in hand. But on some points, well, my unforced errors were so close to the lines that I could have won them as well. So I could have reasons not to be happy too if I lost that match. Let's open some bags. Yeah, the game is kind of blocking here. It's lagging even the opening. So I face a good player for the last test match. This one has very sharp, nice, powerful shots. I know him in 2-7 from 2-7. Okay.
1.
He started offering me 1 point, but well, he's not going to have any pity afterwards. Observation round, of course. And then acceleration, very nice
1
from him. Yeah. Smashing it out.
1 2.
Alright, outflanking and smashing. Oh, here again. I'm quickly led 1-3. Before trying to get used to my opponent's hitting pattern. And to come back by accelerating my shots to outflank him.
4 3.
Yep. Acceleration here, that worked. But I had to stay cautious because, well, I know what my opponent is capable of.
5 4.
I was in position very nice late in this match, really. Yep. He equalized quite quickly with some very nice winners. This opponent really has very nice shots that can hit the lines, really beautiful shots. Like this one. Gorgeous, right? Very, very nice. He hits really nice shots. Like this one as well. Oh my gosh. Looks like he's training to hit the lines. But hey, I know how to hit some too.
Quiet please. Deuce.
Especially when my opponent is serving. And this is another winner.
Quiet please. Quiet. Match
And for the match point where I try a short serve to that corner that I have capable of disturbing my opponent, throwing him out of the court, leaving it open, and it worked well. My opponent hit it back exactly where I think he would do. Then was blocked in the alley, and I just had to hit the secure return into the open court. That's a decision that I had to make, and I wanted to try to take risk. Although, of course, he could have put it in the court otherwise. Well, let's talk quickly about the win ratio. Since I maxed the Anvil card out, I play only 9 matches. But my win ratio is higher. This is a 78% win ratio instead of the average 63%. And almost all matches were played in Tour 8, so the average level is higher than in Tour 7, where I got to defeats versus very high stats top players. So overall, I'm pretty happy with those maxed out Anvil shoes. Well, it may be a bit too soon to draw conclusions, but my 2 defeats happened while I was playing with Victoria. Well, that was against top players, but it was with Victoria. I'm not sure that I couldn't have fought back better if I chose Kaito. Well, I haven't lost during my 7 other test matches played with Kaito. So I'm afraid that if the trend is staying like that, meaning that I have a much better win ratio with Kaito, well, I will have to play with him rather than with Victorian to 8. That is definitely not a good news for a lot of subs who prefer to watch Victoria playing rather than Kaito, but I can easily understand that. But as I say, at the end of the day, I need to keep the win ratio correct if I want to reach my target to enter the top 50 in the future. So, yeah, you're seeing the lineups that I had used with Kaito, that I have used more often for those test matches, and then with Victoria. Well, I hope you enjoy watching me get the last missing Anvil cards to max it out, then test it in Tour 7 and Tour 8 of Tennis Clash, a sports game published by White Life Studios. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel Gameplay 265 to stay tuned for new videos of Tennis Clash. Thank you a lot for your support, and see you soon on Gameplay 265. Bye bye.